1 through 15. I'm going to seed the track that I worked on yesterday. You saw the dirt there, the motocross track. Seed all the bald spots on the lawns. Move all the buckets and the landscape rake and the whacker. Move the dump truck. Make a jump for the kids and me. I have a huge, like 4 dump truck loads of dirt. I'm going to make a jump at the edge of the field. Grade, rake, and seed the stump spots. Mow the ravine with the brush cat. Move all the big logs. And restore the landscape on the island. And then mow in front of the wall. So those are 15 things I need to do today. I have a guy that's coming up to help me. Squirrel's coming up, so him and I are going to do it. And at 4:30, I'm departing to Munson, Mass. to buy 2 vintage Harley Davidsons. And then tonight when I get home, I'm going to mow the lawns. So that's what's going to happen today. And anything I don't do today, you carry it over to tomorrow's list. Then these are my long-term goals for the month. I need to redo my home toolbox. I want to get a gate for the entry. I've got to put the winter snow plow on this truck I'm driving here from my old truck. I'm working on a Mach 1 restoration. I got to call the guy on that. Want to restore my dump truck. Got to hit up one of my buddies that owes me $5,000. Was supposed to send me a check. Wash the camper, cut the stumps, mow and brush cat, redo the driveway lamps, change the compressor oil. On down the list here, paint the house. These are the long-term goals. So while you're making your daily goals list, you write down the things you're going to do today, and you number them. You stick to the schedule. 6:30, 7:45, 9, 10 o'clock. There's 4:30. There's a schedule here, and I bust ass all day. If you don't have directions and you don't know where you're going, it's easy to get blown off the path by people who think what they have to talk about or they have to do is way more important than anything you could have planned for yourself. You can't do that. You got to tell people, hey, I'm on a schedule. I got to keep going. If you want to talk to me, let's keep moving and keep the pace up. Otherwise, you're never going to get all this done. And then write down your long-term goals for the month here. And then you have your vision list for physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. And what do you want to drive for a car? Where do you want to live? Those are your long-term goals. Put them on your refrigerator. Wake up every day and strive to get to those goals, but you're not going to get anywhere unless you have your plan and your list here. Trust me, I know it's true. Here at Atlas Metal, and the Featherlight trailer is coming along nicely. Let's see how it's going on the inside. That's a Harley Davidson B-Rod. I'm going to have to get one of those. That's what 312 hours of aluminum polishing looks like. These ramps were crusty and painted. And this is the inside. All the floors have been polished. All the aluminum's been polished. I don't need to run if I'm polishing inside of a trailer for 8 hours straight. Trust me. All the installation was done with, of course you're going to have the Pink Panther facing in the right direction, right? We insulated it, and this is, I think, the 3rd rendition. 19 inches of diamond tread plate, black, and then a little gold trim piece at the top. It's going to be awesome. Really excited. Can't wait to see it done. We used a 3M double-sided adhesive tape, which Rob actually gave me the brochure on it, and I couldn't believe that the acid test that they put this stuff through, but it works amazing, and it keeps the aluminum from having that really dimpled look. So this is covered with plastic right now, so it's gonna look, that's why it looks like a little purplish, but it's black. It's jet black, but it's got a plastic coating on it now. This is the plastic that I was mentioning earlier. Comes right off, and it's gloss jet black underneath there. Really excited to get this done. Rob at Atlas Metal, he's the man. So if you stuck with me this far, I said earlier that you can't keep it unless you give it away, right? That's why I want to share with you some of the secrets of my success, so hopefully it'll help you accomplish the same things in your life. We already covered, you got to eat right, you got to exercise, you got to sleep, you got to hopefully not drink alcoholically. Well, not hopefully, you can't be successful if for the long haul if you drink alcoholically or do too much drugs. So if you got a problem with that, fix that first. Take care of your body. Your body's your temple, and take care of your body and your mind first. But you got to have directions, right, to get someplace. You got to have a map, and there's some books I'm going to recommend you read if you really want to be super successful. There's one of my mentors that I've followed for many moons, for decades, is Anthony Robbins. Awaken the Giant Within. It's one of his first books. You read Anthony Robbins' Awaken the Giant Within, and you'll have most of the tools you need to get where you want to go. Another great book. Read the Bible. Open the Bible. Read Proverbs. If you read just Proverbs section of the Bible, which I've listened to on tape multiple times, and I've written it, I've read Proverbs at least a dozen times, referred to it hundreds of times. The other book would be Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Because let's face it, in business, if you don't have friends and you're not an influencer, you're not going to be able to rally a team to get things done. So read Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Anthony Robbins, Awaken the Giant Within. And study some of the great motivational thinkers of our time. Deepak Chopra. I've listened to a lot of his stuff about the power of the mind. Deepak Chopra, Chopra. Scope him out on YouTube. Wayne Dwyer, Dwyer. So Anthony Robbins, Wayne Dwyer, Deepak Chopra, Zig Ziglar. Those are some of the motivational guys that I've watched. And success leaves clue, folks. If you have someone in your life who's super successful, they're in great shape, or they've got a great relationship, or they've built a beautiful home, ask them. And if they're a good person, they'll want to share with you how they got where they are today. And in the end, give all credit to God. And all the results of any of your missions you go on, in order to reduce all the stress of taking on a huge project, you just put the results in God's hands. Have faith, like Noah did when he was building the ark. Wake up early, stay up late, work nights, weekends, and holidays, bust your ass, and leave the results in his hands. And if you borrow a lot of money, like I've done, borrowed millions of dollars, basically all you got to do is to reduce the financial stress is just leave the results in God's hands. If you're doing everything right, you're a good person, you're living right, you're doing the right thing at all times, you're living God's will, your version of God, whatever that is, your God's will. So many different religions, I'm a born again Christian, but raised Catholic. I'm a born again Christian, but I don't criticize other religions because it's basically different languages for in my opinion, there's one God. So, but I don't want to drag religion or politics into this. Take all your stress on everything you're trying to accomplish and turn it over to God. If it's this easy. If you borrowed a whole bunch of money to do a big project and you've given it 100%, you've been a good person, you showed up early, stayed late. If it doesn't succeed, it wasn't God's will. It's not supposed to happen. If it does succeed, it is God's will. So it's a win-win. You hold your head high. You know you did everything right, no matter what. Bust your ass. Set big goals. Go out on a limb and do something amazing with your life and leave the results in God's hand and give him credit for everything, because it's all his anyways. We're just dust in the wind. We're here for 50 to 100 years and we're gone. Leave a legacy. Lift someone up. Bring someone up with what has been so freely given you. Give it away. If you've made it this far, pause the video, go get a yellow notebook, and start writing down your goals for today. And for tomorrow, for a year from now, 5 years from now, where do you want to be? Write things down. What do you want to drive for a car? How do you want to look? How do you want your relationships to be? Where do you want to live? Set your goals down, because when we write down goals, we're basically creating the future in advance. If we take all the steps I told you, you're creating your future. There's a book called The Secret. You should definitely read that too, or watch the movie The Secret. It's on YouTube. If you're too preoccupied or you don't have the time to read a book on your way to and from work every day, you could be listening to Awaken the Giant Within. You could be listening to the Bible. You could be listening to Wayne Dwyer or Deepak Chopra or Zig Ziglar, or you could be watching the movie The Secret and learn all the tools and the magic that is in this world. I call it magic because you can make magic happen, but you got to believe, you got to have faith. If there's one word, and there's a lot of words that are really important on your path to success, the number one for me is honesty. You've got to be honest. If you're dishonest, you're going to end up with nothing, whether it's in a relationship or a business relationship or a personal relationship or even with yourself. Say the truth or don't say anything at all. dishonesty is like poison in a relationship. And I think us humans have a sixth sense for knowing when someone's full of shit or not. So don't be a bullshitter. Say the truth or don't say anything. And don't ever steal. Ever. That's part of honesty. It's 8:04. Pulling up to the museum property. There's the Bixby house up there. Completely gutted and restored that house. 4,000 square foot, 7-bedroom colonial. That was one of the projects I did. Completely restored the landscaping, fenced in the property. As you know, we've been doing a lot of landscaping with the storm we had. Everything's all cleaned up. You'd be hard pressed to find a piece of trash or a leaf anywhere on this property. In the woods, there's no leaves on the ground. It's all totally landscaped. This side of the street too. These are all goals that I set. And the buildings, Google Kaplan Cycles before and after, or Kaplan America before and after. You'll see what this place looked like on the video we took. It's 8:05, an hour before, 55 minutes before we start work. I'm gonna go into the gym, get a killer workout, taking care of myself so I can take care of my family and other people. Get up early, stay up late, make your lists, help other people, and the world will be your oyster. You can do anything you want to do. The Harley room. This is an F-250 that we converted to a dual rear wheel, flatbed, monster truck. This thing's badass. I just sold this to a pastor in Hawaii. Put over, I guess it was around 700 hours we put into that one. This is a Suburban that we restored. Frame up restoration on this. And there's a flatbed that we totally restored. These are vehicles that I bought and restored. Built, not bought. And that Harley Davidson sign was a gift from the Harley Davidson dealer that sold after 50 years in business. The Buell sign was a gift. Totally rebuilt and restored these signs as I did this Mototown sign. So this is a gift from the owner of Mototown USA. We restored that one. Restored this one. These are lifts that we restored, snap-on lifts. Here's our gym. So I'm gonna stop flapping my gums and get a killer workout in. Crank up the tunes and put some work in here. Take care of your body. I'm gonna turn on the fan and crank up the tunes. Start off my day right with a killer workout. Thanks for watching. And as always, God bless America.